Well, today here we are in Irvine, Kentucky at the Kentucky Steam Heritage Corporation's restoration shop. Right next to me here is one of our founders and the chief mechanical officer of this organization, Jason Sobczynski. Today, we are going to be talking about where we're at with 2716, what we're doing in terms of taking the funds that we've received last year, and where we're going in the future. So Jason, if you don't mind taking it away.
Absolutely. So, since the locomotive arrived here in 2019, we've been pecking away at it as time and people resources and financial resources have allowed. Our main focus has been on obviously stripping the boiler to do an exterior inspection of the vessel, as well as taking apart the known bad areas of the firebox, primarily the inner and outer side sheets. The outer side sheets have obviously been replaced already. The inner side sheets are made, they're formed, they just need to be fit in and finish installed. So, what is going to come in 2025 with the addition of the, $400,000 of AML money? Well, lots of things. We'll obviously finish off the firebox, which is not that far away from being finished. It will see us removing all of the superheater units, all the superheater flues. What are those? Stay tuned. As well as removing all of the wheels and the rods and the trucks, doing all the inspection work and the measurement and engineering in the course of completely rehabilitating this machine and putting it back together for mainline operation. There will be lots of opportunities to see things that people have never seen before, like the roller bearing boxes disassembled. Now, how far will that money go? Well, that's kind of a moving target. Directly dependent upon how much support we get from everybody who's watching this video. Not just financially, which we would be grateful for, but also involvement, hands-on involvement. One of the things that we need in this organization across the board, and definitely on this, is more volunteer engagement. Everything from people with just a low-level mechanical aptitude to journeymen, union folks, and everything in between. So, you want to see progress on this locomotive? Be the progress.
Well, thank you, Jason, for that brief synopsis of where we've been and where we're going. And to kind of wrap things up, I know that there has been a lot of discourse out there about, where the organization has been at with this project. To really kind of drive that home, we have to remember that this project started in 2016 with the goal of getting this locomotive operational. In 2018, we received this entire property. And this property was not necessarily in great condition. It had
been abandoned for 10 years.
It really had been abandoned for quite some time. So a lot of our time and effort has really been going into making sure that this facility is usable by our volunteers, is safe for our volunteers, we're able to expand our operations, and to make sure that we're able to take everything that we own and put it in a place that is an asset to the organization and the community overall. So we have spent a lot of our time here redoing things as sewage pipes, storm drains, redoing electrical, getting all of those things set up for us to be able to come in and make this a permanent home for this locomotive and be a restoration facility that will be here for generations to come. They'll be able to take in the next generation and a generation after that and turn them into the finest workmen and workwomen that will be able to work on this locomotive in perpetuum.
And one of the things that I feel like people kind of lose sight of quite often is that when we first launched this organization, we announced it on February 7th of 2016. I'll let everybody do the math as to why. We talked about having this 2020 vision of having it operating, but we didn't even have a place. And we surely didn't know that by acquiring a place that we would be accomplishing all of this, not just in terms of rebuilding a steam locomotive, but creating an economic development project that is built on the foundation of railroad and area history.
Yep.
And it's such a large scale thing. And it's unlike anything anybody's ever done before.
Mm-hmm. And let's be real. timelines and projects change. If you've ever been involved with project management, you will understand that when you set a timeline at the beginning of a project, it is never the same timeline you end up at the end of a project. Now, that does not mean that we are sitting on our haunches. That does not mean that we're waiting for money to magically fall out of the sky. I have been involved in trying to do as much fundraising as I can. We're relaunching capital raising campaigns coming this year, and we're really going to start beating the ground and getting people out here to get this project back rolling and be a successful restoration for everybody to enjoy. This project has evolved and become so much more than becoming a locomotive restoration. It has now become the heart and soul of a movement, if you will, to help revitalize Appalachia and revitalize a part of America that, quite frankly, the rest of the world has forgotten. We are leading that charge, and that's what makes us different. And we will celebrate that as we move forward into 2025. You know, coming into 2026 will be our 10-year anniversary of this initiative, and we will celebrate the fact that we have come so far and evolved and met those challenges, and will continue to beat those expectations. So, for our volunteers, we ask you, please continue to support us. If you like this video and want to see more, please click, share, subscribe on Facebook and YouTube, and we hope to see you in the next one. Take care.
Bye, everybody.